Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. So we had a couple of announcements, nothing really too crazy. I would say this is about what we expected, right? Looks like there's just gonna be, so here we're looking at the JP side of announcements, and it's just like there's new quest mode, which of course is going to give us the awakening for the free-to-play Frieza, which of course is going to be the awakening into the Frieza and Cooler. In 1 second I'll pause and I'll just pull up the art. There's going to be the Giant 8 Power Extreme Super Battle Road stage. Wait, stage 35 of Infinite Dragon Ball History? Ah, yeah, okay. I was like, wait, stage 35? Isn't that the one we just got? No. The Heroes one was stage 34. Okay, so we're gonna get, wow, dude, okay, 2 stages of Infinite Dragon Ball History in 2 weeks. Okay. Who? Oh, it'll probably be against Heroes, like Dragon Ball Heroes hero characters, huh? Because this was Dragon Ball Heroes bosses or whatever. This one will probably be against the Heroes character, like the actual, like, super class guys. Okay. And then we have a burst mode in the God Trunks event. Now, I mean, it looks like that is probably it. If there was anything more, we would have seen it. So this upcoming week is going to be one of those legendary kind of like dead weeks. As I mentioned, there's at least 100+ videos where I talk about how the November celebration is, the worst of the year, right? Like, it's just always really bad. It's like the Lord Slug celebration in 2022 is the Tech Bardock celebration. Last year it was... No, it wasn't the androids. It was Gohan and Piccolo. Gohan and Piccolo was last year. And then in 2021, it was Trunks, EGL Trunks. Those are always kind of like the worst celebrations of the year. So like this is it. It's just not very much coming on this week. Could there be like even a surprise easy or something like that at this point? Yeah, I guess it's not a 0% chance. There is going to be maintenance tonight. I guess during maintenance, perhaps they could tweet out like EZA characters, I would think. Now, and then remember the Frieza and Cooler, we're going to see them in the data download when maintenance is actually done, right? So there's that. Now that's just, on the JP side of things, things aren't going to be really too crazy, but in this kind of natural lull, this is completely the same as always, right? There's nothing different about this or whatever, right? Again, this is just as to be expected. So it is also the perfect time. So here's the global information on upcoming content here. We have the same quest mode. We have Extreme Super Battle Road stage. We have the Infinite Dragon Ball History, and then bam. All right, so now we're getting into what people want. We do have the burst mode here, but there's 2 announcements. So we have the Gathering of the Gods of Destruction, and then we also have the Warriors of Universe 6 Dokkan Awakenings. Now, there are... Okay, so this is not everything, and it's also not the biggest thing that people care about. Probably the #1 thing people care about is this, right? It's 2 stages. It's against UI Goku. Not really that crazy of a stage. And it's against the Goku and Frieza stage. The Heroes team really made me think that the Goku and Frieza fight is just completely on a different level from every other fight. Like, I don't know. It's just like the Heroes team just... I mean, like, we could, like, loss, win against, like, Super Gogeta, right? Loss, win against Super Janemba. Just like we go into Bulma, win in 1 try. Like, a lot of the, like, really tough fights, it's like the Heroes team, I mean, could easily lose, right? There's no Beast Gohan, there's no Carnival Tech Broly, right? No Tech Gogeta, none of the craziest characters on the Heroes team to really, build the team around. But the Heroes team, I mean, it's got options. But the Goku and Frieza fight, right? The team not having one of those elite characters really shows in the Goku and Frieza fight. So this is important. We need to get this on global ASAP. Now my fear a little bit is that we're going to be dropping like some of the content here that's missing with Jiren like this week. And then they're going to wait, I guess, like another 2 weeks to drop the rest of the content. I have everything notable pulled up here. that is not on global yet from kind of like the remnants of the Tanabata celebration. I did see some confusion last night too, where it's like, okay, looks like Jiren is coming, and a lot of players were like, what? That doesn't make sense. Sales are on the 27th or the 28th or whatever. Yeah, but you guys got to remember, that is the typical Dokkan Fest that JP and global are going to get. Let's just do that. Let's just pull up when sales are ending. That's in the it's going to be in the heroes celebration info is what we want to see, right? Yeah, here, let's see. So the sales go until the 27th. So I saw a lot of people were expecting Jiren on that day. No, that's the next Dokkan Fest, which both global and JP are going to be getting, right? That's next week's content. So I think Jiren could drop this week, or Jiren, I think also reasonably that it's the first week of December. I think we should see Jiren and a lot of the Tanabata content come out over the next month. I would be very disappointed in Dokkan. Very disappointed if everything missing from global is not on global by the end of December. Like, it's enough. Just get everything on, man. Like, get it out. Just push it out. It's so stupid. Like, there's just little last grasp of content that they're hanging on to. Push that shit out so everything is on both versions, man. Why sync if we're gonna do a bastardized, dumb fuck job at it? Just get the shit out and let's move forward with Dokkan, man. Like, it's stupid that they're just kind of like hanging tight. So, this was a pleasant surprise to see that. Okay, sure enough, we're getting some of this hero stuff in here. Or, excuse me, some of the Jiren thank you celebration, Tanabata celebration stuff. Let's go over what's confirmed, and then we'll talk about what the rest of the Jiren stuff is in. All right, so we have the God stages. There's 3 stages. It's God event boss rush, but it's 3 stages. I do think that this would have been way more fun had they just made it one long stage. I know it would have been really long. It would have been a 12-phase fight, but who cares? That would be kind of fun. There's not very many 12-phase fights. And by the way, the missions here are very, very simple. It's just beat the 3 stages. That's it. Bam. Beat it. And then, you're going to get the EZA for that support memory to be able to buff it. So that's it. Very, very, very simple stuff right there. So the one thing that the gods do have, a lot of them do have toxic abilities here and there, right? Like Moscow, phase 1, turn 1, AoE super boss. He doesn't hit that hard like Gogeta supers for almost 3 million more than this guy. But it is still an AoE super attack, so you have to respect that. Catella has got nothing scary. Sidra does, it's not displayed here, but Sidra does AoE attacks. But yeah, it's not displayed here, but Sidra does AoEs. He often does about 3 AoEs per turn or something like that. So like Sidra can take you out with multiple AoE attacks. But like, look at these damage numbers. These are just like, it's pathetic now. Like this is why global getting this content months later is just ass. Because it's like, these stages were not exactly hard when they dropped on JP anyway. But now it's like after like worldwide power creep, like it's just like these are just like fodder stages now. Like I don't even really like for a while I was doing these as kind of like showcase stages, but it's just again they're just kind of like fodder. I mean Rumshi does stun if he supers right away, but I mean again look at this damage. I mean it's just like these guys aren't really that tough. Hellas can dodge. She doesn't really have anything too crazy going on. Beerus is the hardest hitter in the God event because he, of course, has got this mechanic up. He also does have a territory, which buffs his damage by quite a bit. Champa, nothing really special about Champa. And then Belmod is a really neutered version of what he once was. The original Belmod stage was crazy because he had a chance, he could like seal and stun and do all types of nonsense. This one, I mean, he's just got the 50% or no, it was he would lock, right? Let me just pull him up. He could lock, he could seal. No, not green, it's Belmod. Yeah, here we go. This was the original hardest one. Yeah, he could lock, he could seal. I guess they did raise his seal chance, but and then dude, look at these damage numbers. Back then, this guy was so threatening. He was tough. Belmod was really tough. But this one is just he just does not feel that scary. I don't know. He feels pretty weak to me. Okay, so there's Belmont. I assume the way these work is just like Cell Max. So it's probably the lower his HP goes, his super attacks change. Is what I actually am not super sure, but I imagine it's like as you're lowering his HP his super attacks will change, because it's like you see this first one is baby mode, the second one 50% defensive debuff. That's a little bit scary. And then I don't know. This seems like it's probably the scariest one with the defensive debuff, but yeah, whatever. Okay, so there's that stage. Again, nothing really too crazy. And then we have the last stage. I believe it's not. No, yeah, here it is. Ewan has the damage threshold mechanic that Fusion, Zamasu, Beast Gohan, and Goku and Frieza have got right there. Iraq, he gets way bigger damage when his HP is low. This guy does have dodge canceling, so like that's something. And then Jin, I believe, I think he has a territory, right? But it's nothing really too crazy. The fights just aren't really that crazy. I mean, it's nice to have new content, but nothing really too insane. We'll get to Jiren in 2 seconds. Hold on. All right, so then there's the free-to-play characters. These are, again, officially announced here, the new Dokkan Awakenings. Hit is pretty good. I used him for the mission for this stage right here. Remember the Legendary Existence mission? Yeah, right here. Against the Evolution Blue Vegeta stage. Like, you know, you guys know I do my no-item runs, and, you know, people say, oh, just use items. I'm not, but you guys can. Use items. Don't let anyone tell you can't. But at the same time, I won't be using items, and don't tell me I should. Same thing. But I did utilize Hit in that fight. Like, this guy he's at least a reasonable free-to-play character. I mean, could they have made him better and shit like that? Yeah, but he's at least decent, because he has UI Goku's mechanic, right? Where he dodges and counters. So it's like, you know, he dodges and he could do some stuff. Like, he's okay. He's a Rainbow Orb changer as well. I like this Hit. He's pretty good. Sayonel and Piranha, they're trash. They're ass. And then Champa sucks. Like, they're terrible free-to-play characters, but, I mean, they are new characters, but they're horrible. They're horrible. So that's the confirmed content, right? So then we have a couple of things remaining. I mean, we can talk about Jiren. I'll probably be talking about him a lot over, until he actually shows up. Jiren, this base form, he just kind of can do, like, okay-ish mid-level damage. Defensively, he's okay. I mean, Gogeta could kill him. Janemba could probably kill him as well. He's, like, okay-ish defensively. His standby is what makes him elite. Because he has 100% damage reduction right here. This is what makes him really crazy. That's what's good about him. Full power Jiren, I'm not really too impressed with. He just becomes like a slot 2 powerful character. It's like he has a scout. I don't understand. He has a scouter, which I guess it's so you could get this, but his scouter is only for 1 turn. And, I mean, this guy is intended to be used against a Goku and Frieza fight, but Goku and Frieza, 100% of the time, super in the same slot, always, 100% of the time. They never not super. They super 100% of the time in slot 1 before you attack. So the Scouter does nothing. It literally does nothing, because they always super attack in the same spot every single time. So, I don't know, and because of that, this guy is a slot 2 character, so I don't know, like, this guy is horribly designed for the Goku and Frieza fight, right? Like, it's funny, like, his kit sucks for the fight, but it's like he does kind of get through it with just like his sheer power, right? But yeah, his kit sucks for the fight, because even in base, Android 17 early on in the fight, I mean, I guess we could talk about it. This is some of the content that could be coming. You say phase 2, Android 17 locks 100% of the time. So it's like if Jiren gets locked in slot 1, 17 will insta-kill him. So it's like the character designed to counter the Goku and Frieza fight, literally turn 1, slot 1 could get locked and killed before you have a chance to do anything. So it's a very weird. I have kind of spoke negatively about him, but like, this is crazy because he literally has 100%. Like, he cannot be power crept. The only way to power creep this is better standbys existing, which is what happens. Standbys and domains right now are made to be power crept. It's kind of the way it is. They're just made to be power crept. So there's Jiren right there. Okay. Let me pull up his banner. Remember, his banner is actually going to be double rates, by the way. I should pull that up. All right, guys, here we go. Here's Jiren's banner, looking like this. I don't know if the banner is going to be changed or not. It will definitely be double rates because last year Omega was still double rates for global, so I do not think that they're going to change that. I don't think Gogeta or the Gammas are going to be on here either. They've teased the return of the Gogetas and Gammas and stuff like that. I think that's going to, just my personal opinion on what that's going to be, is it's probably going to be a banner that returns the 3rd and 4th anniversary LRs, and it'll have Carnival Gammas, Carnival Gogeta, Physical Rose was stated to be on that as well. That's what I think. So, we'll keep an eye out for that. I would strongly encourage you guys to not summon for this. Jiren is not worth it. Remember, as a global player, you're getting Jiren 6 months late. It's not worth it. We're going to get insane power creep very likely in 2 months. It's just, you don't want to, you don't, it's silly. I know it's double rates, but again, you're summoning for a character 6 months late, literally right before major power creep's about to drop. And then finally, there's a couple of other things that aren't teased, but, could always show up. We have this sub-EZA for these characters. Now, a lot of these guys are actually pretty effective. Piccolo, 17, 18, Skinny Boo. These characters are good. But the thing about them is they're all, restricted to Universe 7. And Universe 7 is a team... The way I explain it is it's a very powerful category, but the power is from years-old LRs that got really good EZAs. So it's like, these units are pretty pointless because it's like, a free-to-play player is not going to have, the new shiny symbol units and shit like that, of course. But, a Dokkan Fest LR from, almost 4 years ago that's now EZA'd. I mean, I would imagine, unless you're, have a new account, you're going to have EGL UI Goku. You're going to have an Evolution Blue Vegeta and a lot of the options for this team. So, even these 4 are pretty effective, but they specifically have to be run basically on Universe 7, and there isn't really, these characters aren't really better than, the LRs, the EZA LRs of Team Universe 7. So that's kind of the thing there, but they're effective. They're effective. I mean, these are really, really good sub-EZAs. That's what they are. There is also the Purunga campaign. I mean, they got to get this out, because it's 3 sets of Purunga Dragon Balls. You're able to make 9 wishes in total, right? So they got to get this out at some point soon, the Purunga Dragon Ball campaign. And then there's also of course, Tanabata wish strips. The problem here is the roster is just, it's a loser roster, unfortunately. That's all this is. It's just a loser roster. Let's look at the most common characters. This Gotenks, Super Battle Royale character. Tech God Goku, unfortunately, is not really that good anymore. His damage reduction, his defense is so low that his damage reduction doesn't stop him from getting one shot. So it's like, he still has a good link set, still has a Rainbow Orb Changer, and still can tank normals, but he's not safe. He gets one shot now. And then I guess people pick these characters because they're probably coming up on EZAs. Gohan and Piccolo, Gohan and Frieza, and Trunks and Goten are probably coming up on EZAs. Android 16 is decent. And then Boo Piccolo is probably coming up on an EZA as well. So I look at this, and it looks like Japanese players were picking characters that were likely to get sub-EZAs soonish. But, I mean, we never could predict sub-EZAs, right? As you guys know, yeah. From Worldwide, right? And then that is it. Yeah, and this was just when I went over the stone stuff. So there we go. We have the confirmed content coming to global, which of course is the Universe 6 Awakenings, and the God event stages, but there are still a couple of other things. But this is, leading towards Jiren. Jiren is coming. We'll see if it's going to be this week or if it's going to be in 3 weeks. Because remember, this week is just kind of like this, I don't know, filler content or whatever you want to say it is. Next week is a new Dokkan Fest. And then the week after, maybe could be Jiren. The week after that, maybe could be Jiren. Although the Carnival LR is probably in here. The Christmas double rates is probably like the 13th, 12th. It could, I guess, also be like the 16th to 20th in that range. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks, guys, for watching. I'll catch y'all next time.